Welcome to this video for the Postgraduate Certificate in Education for the module on Education Studies 2. Now, in this module, we'll be looking at school fees. Are parents obliged to pay the school fees at South African schools? Yes, parents in South Africa are obliged to pay for school fees for their children attending fee-paying public schools, unless they qualify for an exemption. The amount of school fees is determined by the school governing body of each school and is based on the school's quintile rating. For example, quintile 1 to 3 schools are poorer schools and receive more funding from the Department of Education, so they do not charge school fees. However, quintile 4 and 5 schools are fee-paying schools, and they receive less funding from the Department of Education, so they charge school fees. The South African Schools Act of 1996 allows for learners from poor families to be exempted from paying school fees. The exemption criteria are set out in the exemption of parents from the payments of school fees regulations of 1998. To qualify for a full exemption, the parents or guardians' combined income must be less than 10 times the annual school fees. There are also criteria for partial exemption. Parents who cannot afford to pay school fees must apply to the school governing body for an exemption. The school governing body must assess the application and inform the applicant of the outcome in writing within 7 days. If a parent does not pay school fees, the school may take legal action against them. However, the learner must remain in school while the case is on. The learner cannot be excluded from participation in any official school program due to non-payment of school fees. Here are some additional things to keep in mind about school fees in South Africa. The school fees for each quintile are set by the Department of Education, but the school governing body may charge additional fees for things like textbooks, uniforms, and extramural activities. Parents who are exempt from paying school fees may still be required to pay for some of these additional fees. The school governing body must make information about school fees and the exemption process available to parents and guardians. Parents who have questions about school fees should contact the school governing body of their child's school. Now, this question, can the school take legal action against non-paying parents? Yes, a public fee-paying school in South Africa can act against parents or guardians who do not pay for their child's school fees. However, the school must first follow a specific process. The first step is to ensure that the parents or guardians do not qualify for an exemption from school fees. If they do qualify for an exemption, the school cannot take any action against them. If the parents or guardians do qualify for an exemption, the school must then give them written notification of the outstanding school fees. The notification must state that the school will take legal action if the fees are not paid. If the parents or guardians still do not pay the fees, the school can then hand them over to the learner's attorney using the school fee account. The summons will require the parents or guardians to appear in court to answer to the charges of non-payment of school fees. If the parents or guardians are found guilty in court, they may be ordered to pay the outstanding school fees plus interest and legal costs. They may also be ordered to pay a fine. It is important to note that the learner must remain in school during the entire process of the school trying to recover outstanding school fees. The school cannot exclude the learner from school or withhold their report card or other educational records. The documents that the school will need to produce in court to win their case are as follows: the learner's enrollment form, proof of the Section 41 demand letter, the exemption process completed, a detailed learner school fees account, and minutes of the AGM where the school fees for the year was determined. In addition, if you are a parent or guardian who is struggling to pay school fees, you should contact the school governing body of your child's school as soon as possible. They may be able to help you to work out a payment plan or apply for exemption.